Hi, Warrior, it's Trapsin here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Hardcore Warrior.
Hello.
Today we are back in Undercity, guys, and we will be heading back to the Eastern Plaguelands today. We need to buy some food and make a little bit of food before we leave. Let's carry on worm meat we need for a quest. And we'll make a little bit of...
I have exactly what you need.
Can make 3 more of these tender wool steaks. Getting close to 300 cooking. Maybe we'll get to 298 here. There we go. Alright, well, let's make our way out of here. Got a bunch of larval acid as well. It's worth like 6 gold. Maybe we can get rid of some unstable triggers. We have 10 of them here. I might need those for engineering. Maybe, maybe not. Not too sure. These giant eggs are for food. It's hard to tell what to get rid of. I guess these standard scopes. We don't really need those anymore. Probably a lot of junk in there. I just have to look at engineering and see what I can get rid of. Is there any food here?
Dirge Quick Cleave of Gadgetson is a master of the culinary arts. To better yourself, you will need to seek him out.
Looking for just a normal food vendor. The innkeeper doesn't really give any. Reagent vendor. We also lost the disease debuff we had.
Be quick about your business.
But if you go offline, you don't lose it, actually.
I haven't got all day.
Which is kind of strange. When I log back in, we have like 20 minutes on our debuffs. Where the heck do I buy food here? So I went to the innkeeper, we couldn't really get any.
Rest your weary bones for a spell.
Who gives us food here? I went to the food guy, he doesn't really have any. Because we do need food before we leave. Where do you think food would be? You think it would be around here? At General Goods. They have a lot of water, but just no...
Goodbye.
Maybe they don't eat in Undercity.
What is it? Trust no one.
Alright, well, I'm not going to keep going in circles there. Tabard vendor. Undercity census. We had auctions. We could go to the auction house. We could just buy food and craft it. But I do need food before we leave, or we'll be kind of in a rough spot. It's a blade merchant. I don't think it would be here in like any of these corridors. Oh man, this is rough. You know what we could do? We could go to the inn. Up at, up in Brill. They should have some food up there. I'm kind of surprised we couldn't find any. I thought if I just went in the circle, you'd eventually find some, but I guess not. I could look it up, but I don't know. Not a fan of this city. So we'll leave. We'll just head over to Brill. Hopefully they got some good food up there. If they don't, then we're in a little bit of trouble. This guy wants to sell Edgemaster's Hands Guards. 3,500 gold, probably, he would sell it. This guy wants to sell the Bloodvine set. It's a really good set for casters. Get the 3 set, improves your chance to get a critical strike. Spells by 2%. It's pretty damn good. Yeah, a lot of the items have hit on it too. See 2% hit, 1% hit. You get 4% hit with that set. And the Blizzard story team is voted to unionize, guys. I think we'll probably start seeing that a lot in the gaming industry soon. Just because it seems to be getting gobbled up by, you know, Microsoft and these really big companies. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to unionize.
Rest your weary bones for a spell.
Please tell me you got good food. It's not bad. Dried king bullet. That is what we will be eating, guys. Maybe they had some of that down there, I just didn't see it.
Do not seek.
Alright, so there we go, we got food. Off to the Plague Lands we go. And I'm not too sure if we'll fight the worms today. Maybe at the end we will. Just so we can avoid that 30-minute debuff. For as long as we can. And hopefully we can get a little bit closer to 58 today. We have 3 bats slain, 1 worm, and almost 20 runs. We'll probably get the run part done. The plague hounds and the frenzied plague hounds will have to venture a little closer to Light's Hope Chapel to get them down, so maybe we'll save that for later. We'll focus on getting the runs down and as many black plague bats as we can. And then at the end we'll deal with as many of these carrion worms. But yeah, the disease does not leave. You have to be online and wait to 21 minutes for it to for the debuff to leave. It's usually not like that. Usually you can just log off, log back in, the debuff's gone. And some new games. Well, I guess some free games, I should say. I've been, you know, giving out on the Epic Launcher. Every week they give out a few free games. One is Hidden Folks. It's a hand-drawn, interactive miniature landscape game. You unfurl tent flaps, cut through bushes, slam doors, and poke some crocodiles to try to find, I guess, some hidden folks. Sort of looks like a storybook, the graphics. It's all like hand-drawn. And then the next game they're giving out for free is Totally Reliable Delivery Service. It's a ragdoll physics simulation game about terrible package delivery couriers. Work together using odd machinery, useful gadgets, and the wonders of physics to reliably deliver packages to their destination. It sounds like a fun game. I think I would enjoy that. seems like players are getting a little bit toxic in retail about the one button rotation. So now in retail you can just press one button and do your rotation, sort of like my Frost Mage, where I just press Frostbolt and that's all I really need to do. You can do that in retail now, and it'll do your rotations. Just the global cooldown's a little bit longer, so you know your rotation isn't perfect. But people have found a way to detect if other players are using the one button rotation. There's a weak aura for it, and it calls them out if they're using it. Sort of like a shame tactic, I guess you could say. And I think someone who's competing for world first is using it. I don't really care about the one button rotation. Doesn't really matter to me. But I could see it mattering to somebody who competitively plays the game. It does sort of take away from that competitive aspect of the game being a little bit harder. But to be honest, the majority of people who play this game, they just play just to kill some time. I'm that way. Most people are casual. I think what they're kind of worried about is if the run rotation becomes so good that world first raiders may start using it. Who knows? Just because it makes it a lot easier to avoid mechanics if you don't really have to pay attention to your rotation at all. Here we go, Plague Bat time, guys. We made it to the Plague Lands. We'll be slaying Plague Bats and Runts. And there's that Gargoyle. Keep an eye out on him. Could sneak up to us. We'll get rid of all of this roasted quail as well. Will admit I do miss the Songflower buff. It was nice having that. Got a lot of crits. Actually, we'll eat one of these. Get ourselves a food buff. And eventually when Nax comes out, you can get a buff here. A damage buff, I believe. But your faction has to have control of all of the towers here. Bunch of towers. It's like a light towers, and if your faction has control of it, you get a buff. And I think the buff goes inside of Nax as well, I'm pretty sure. What the heck? It scared the crap out of me. Level 60 rogue. Probably going over to Stratholme. Alright, there's the Gargoyle. We'll deal with this guy. Can't heal ourselves, though. Once he gets this debuff on us. Putrid Bile. Prevents health regeneration. There we go, we got it. It's almost, lasts only 40 seconds. There we go, we're getting some crits there. We got a Scourge Stone. Forget where we turn those in. Oh, they're there. We have 3. Watch out here. Don't want to get feared into that other bat. And Hamzat Chimaev is going to be fighting DDP this weekend. I think that'll be a good fight. I don't really watch all the MMA events, but that sounds like it could be a good one. I believe it's a middleweight fight for the championship. I think DDP holds the belt right now. And Hamzat has never lost a fight, so this is a huge one. It's hard not to want to watch a fighter that's never lost. Because it's a big, when it happens, when they lose, it's a real hit, big hit on their like mental, you know what I mean? You notice a lot of fighters, once they take their first like loss, everything kind of well, they still keep going, right? But it changes. The next loss is right around the corner, it seems like. Like that happened to Tyson Fury when he fought, doesn't usually lose, but when he took his first loss. Can't believe I forgot the boxer's name. He's the champion right now, like undisputed Ukrainian. He's gonna fight. They're gonna fight again. Is it Fury versus yeah, Usyk. Alexander Usyk. Yeah, he's amazing, man. By far best pound for pound boxer in the world. I think he was a cruiserweight and then he moved up to heavyweight and then he dominated heavyweight too. It's kind of unreal. Pretty sure he fought cruiserweight, didn't he? It's a heavyweight champ right now, but I remember he like came up the division, came up to the heavyweight. Because no one was really doing anything to him in the other division he was in. Pretty sure it was cruiserweight. Or light heavy. Yeah, he's the unified cruiserweight champion. Yeah, unreal fighter. Like, beating Tyson Fury's pretty big. A big deal. He was undefeated, you know what I mean? Like, I would think Alexander Usyk's probably one of the all-time greats after that. They will fight again. I believe they're going to fight again this year. Here's the one we marked. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win between Hamzat and DDP. I think everybody's putting their money on Hamzat, though. Supposedly DDP has been taken down by people that aren't as good at wrestling as Hamzat is. So if Hamzat, if he's getting taken down by those guys, then good chance Hamzat's going to take him down and maybe end up submitting him. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen in a fight. So I would never gamble on fights. You never know what can happen. Even sports too. All sports, it's random stuff happens all the time. I heard the UFC might be getting rid of pay-per-view because it just doesn't seem to be working. Everybody just watches via stream sites. So they may just put it on like a platform like, I don't know, maybe Netflix or something like that. Because pay-per-view doesn't really work anymore. They've probably been fighting those streaming sites for a long time, and I guess they've just kind of given up. It's sort of like botting in WoW. over time, you just can't handle it anymore. It's not worth the time and money. You just give in. It is what it is. And the GDKP group is still posting on Reddit, and there's every day I look at the World of Warcraft Reddit and I see the World of Warcraft Classic Reddit, and I see posts about people wanting GDKP back. I'm not gonna rant about it again though today, guys. I've been talking about it too much. But I support the cause. Blizzard's not going to do anything about these botters or anything like that, then they shouldn't punish the player base. Because that's what GDKP was made to do. It was made to buy the player base to deal with real money trading. It was just something that people just came to realization that it's here to stay, and might as well have a game mode that is fun to play, that revolves around, real money trading. And then players who don't real money trade, like myself, can get a piece of that, that real money trading gold. Because you kind of have to if you want to be able to pay for consumes. But I didn't mind that, because that's why I play endgame, right? Is to do the raids. It's a fun way of making gold, so that's why I just didn't complain about it. I knew that it was supporting real money trading, but it's a fun way of making gold. And if Blizzard isn't going to do anything about it, then I consider that to be just like a good alternative. Just allow GDKP to go on, or just give in and add the what's it called? The WoW token. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think we've all came to the realization that this isn't the World of Warcraft of 2005. Right. It's just a different... Gaming's just different now. And it'll never be like that. We just can't bring it back to that time. And even back then, there was gold trading. Games like Diablo 2 always had it. Like trading gear for money and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, Diablo, that was so prevalent in Diablo 2 that they tried to have a real money auction house in Diablo 3, but it just didn't work out. They eventually scrapped it. I can't wait for the day that someone finds a way around it, or a solution that just is fun to deal with for MMOs and real money trading. I think it's like one of the... It's just one of the issues in MMOs that if somebody solves it, then the MMOs will be amazing again. But clearly, you know, having a dedicated team to get rid of bots isn't the answer, because like no other company's doing it. I know Elder Scrolls Online has like a currency and all that that people can buy and trade for stuff. They have like a little pay-to-win thing, sort of like the WoW token. I'm not too sure if Final Fantasy XIV has anything like that, though. I've heard Final Fantasy XIV's story is pretty good. Always enjoyed Final Fantasy as well. Didn't play too many of them. I played one on the Game Boy, like way back in the day, and then I played 10. It's kind of a strange, like two Final Fantasy games to play, but those are the ones I played. 1 and 10. Never checked out 7, or which is I consider to be the most popular. There's a lot of amazing RPGs I've never played, like Chrono Trigger. That's an amazing RPG, supposedly, but from like way back in the day. How are we doing on the run? I think the runs we still need a lot more. We're almost halfway on the bats. But yeah, you can't play all the games. That's the sad thing about being a gamer. You just want to be able to experience them all. But you can't. It's impossible. Especially as time goes on. Every year there's like a couple good games that get created, and yeah, you'll never be able to really play all the games. I'll head up here for a little bit. Pretty chill place to level. It's not too dense. Oh, there's a guy here. I wonder if his pet has 2 of these debuffs. Ghoul Rot, chance to hit reduced by 10%, and he also has the other one, Maggot Slime. Yeah, his pet's diseased. Quite a few diseases on that pet. That's another awesome thing about hunters. Just your pets get diseases, you don't. By far one of the best leveling classes for sure is hunter. Warrior's not bad. It's an alright leveling class. It's better in dungeons. I think for questing, warriors are kind of they're a pain until you get like really good loot. You have nice loot, you just destroy stuff. They're gear dependent, that's for sure. But you get a lot stronger as you level up. Like you notice that your character's, you know, getting stronger. Especially once you start getting some good gear and abilities like Mortar Strike and also Execute. We can use Berserker Rage to not get feared like that. So you have to use it preemptively, though. But I'm not really too worried about it. I think we were fine there. There's nothing really around us. We just need 5 more runs after this. How are we doing on bag space? Not too bad. Maybe we'll start taking down some maggots soon. Trying to get a little bit of maggot meat before we end up leaving. It's really fun playing a warrior when you have like Nax and AQ40 gear going into TBC. I think really any class with raid gear going into like AQ40 or Nax gear going into TBC, you should have a lot of fun because you just completely annihilate like any mob around you. And your rage bar is always like full. Should we fight worms? Let's see if we get a debuff. Probably gonna get one. And if we get one, we'll just focus on worms. Oh, we're getting a little lucky here. Nope, not lucky enough. There we go, we got maggot slime. Our attack power by 50. Alright, well I guess we'll focus on maggots for a bit. Try to get as much meat as we can. These quests here should get us 58. 58 to 60 is going to be a little interesting. I guess we could go down to the Burning Steps for a bit and do some questing there. Need to watch out there, though. There's an elite black dragon that flies around. Don't really want to run into that guy. We always could just go back to Winter Spring. That might be a good idea. What the heck? Oh, we DC'd. What the heck is going on? Oh, good thing we didn't pull anything. We are alive. Hopefully we don't die when we log in. But yeah, we had a little internet issue. Went down. Not a good sign. Here we are. And, yeah, I think I'm gonna hearth out, guys. It is what it is, right? You get to get a DC, you should probably log off. Well, there we go. Got a little debuff here. Next episode, we'll head back. We got a little bit of XP. 3 bars left until 58. 4 more dogs. Need quite a bit of meat, and then 15 more plague beds. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.